Release the Kraken!
Greetings, fellow game designers. Ron here at Lame Duck Studios, and today we're going to do some very simple character development. We are going to make specifically this guy. So I want to do a simple Mario character for a while, and I figure what a great opportunity to make a beginner tutorial with an iconic classic character. Now I have some simpler characters, such as the Minecraft character. I've also done, the elf dude, which is a little bit more complex, and of course I've done some more stuff along the lines. But for a beginner character that simplifies some things, not fully developing hands and not doing a full neck, and doing a segmented body, makes it a little bit easier for beginners to kind of get into character development. But it's a little bit more complex than the Minecraft character, so it's kind of a good middle ground, I think, to start with. But if you're keen on character development, you can skip ahead to something else, because this is a beginner tutorial. All right, so right off the bat, we are in Maya 2022, and we want to set up our scene for the Mario character. Now, I got the model sheets for the character from the Super Mario Bros. Website here, from Mario Pumpkinhead, who posted these wonderful front and side images. We're going to be using this one, but you can see the hat version is there as well. And there's a different design with the hat versus not the hat. The hair piece actually is segmented. You can see how this hair cap is separate, and this gets swapped out with the cap here. So that's how he changes the hat. That section of his head disappears. Okay, I'm going to jump back in. And let's go ahead and set up our scene. We need a plane. Let's go ahead and drop that in. And then I'm going to grab my polyplane here. Let's go ahead and drop the subdivisions to 1. Now for the size of this plane, let's go ahead and double check if I jump into my images here. Normally if you have your mouse, it actually shows you dimensions. But since it's not doing that for me, I'll just go ahead and drag these into Photoshop. So this one, all right, so this image, if I go up to image and then image size, it is 282 by 337 for that one. Let's see what the other one is. And then 339. So for the first plane, I'll do 282. It gives me my width, and then my height is going to be 337. Okay, so this is going to be a very tall Mario. We're actually going to scale him down once we make him. So there's that. Let's go ahead and add on our texture. So go to rendering and grab a Lambert. Call this one Mario Front. We will go ahead and load in our image file. So Mario Front, I'm using the one without the hat. I'll press 6 to frame or to get that color. Hey, there he is. Go back to our channel box. Now I want Mario to face down to the Z-axis because that's the front of the screen there. So I'll go to my X rotation, and let's go ahead and rotate 90. That'll get him facing in the Z. And then for the height, we want him to be on the ground, so the height is 337. So if we split that in 2, we get, that is 168.5. So go to the height, and then do 168.5. That should get him right on the ground there. Okay, so mine actually came in pretty well. Sometimes when you do this, you load on an image plane, it'll come out a little weird. So if you ever get like maybe a half sliver or something like that, you can come up, make sure you're in modeling, and then go to UV and UV editor. And this is what your UVs should look like. You should see, I don't need my toolkit. I'll go ahead and turn that off. You should see a UV tile from 0 to 1 and 0 to 1. Perfectly aligned. But if you don't, let's say this was moved and it came in and Mario's hand is like halfway off or something like that, which can happen, no big deal. Just go into edge mode. So we'll go ahead and right click, go to edge mode. and then pick the edge where the hand is like missing. You know, because this edge is good, right? That's up against our 0 position. So this one's good, that one's good, right? So grab the bad edge, just hold down the X key. That'll let you snap this. So hold down X, grab the red arrow, and just go ahead and pull. And that's perfect. Let's go ahead and close that. We no longer need that. Go back to object mode. Let's load in our second plane, so polyplane here. Plane. And then for the polyplane setup, we'll do 1 and 1 for the subdivisions. For the width, well, let's go ahead and check. This is going to be image size 183. And then the height is actually 339, but we're going to do something different. So we'll do the 183. That'll get us our width. And then for the height, it is 339, but because our front image is actually 337, if we do 339, it's going to make the picture a little bit taller than we want it to be. So we're going to want to make sure that we have the same height. So I'm going to do 337, which matches this guy, right? His is 337. Okay. And we'll go ahead and load in our materials. So go to rendering, and I'll throw another Lambert. This will be Mario's side. And then I'll go to color, grab my color box, and I'll load in my file. There we go. So there he is, loaded in. Just like before, we want to rotate him so he's standing up. So I'll do the X rotation. So rotate X, I'll do 90. For the translate Y, it'll be the same as the other one, so 168.5. But now he still needs to be rotated a little bit. So let's go ahead and do minus 90 in the rotate Y. That'll get him rotated. But we're actually looking at Mario's right side. So if I look at it from this end, this is his right side. I want him to actually be on the left side. And the reason for that is if I go to my front view and my side view, so here's my front view, here's my side view, and if I go ahead and press 6 over here to bring up my color, front view looks good, not really a big deal. On my side view, if I press 6, you can see that I have this black outline, which is, you know, not terrible, but it's not easy to work from. So what I would need to do is actually flip that. There are a dozen ways you can do it, but the simplest way is really to take the X scale and do a -1. So I'm going to do X scale, -1, and then I'll take my rotate Y, and I'll set that to a +90. And there we go. So jump back in, and look, they are lined up. Now I want to go ahead and make sure that these are lined up. So a quick way to do that, they actually have transparency on them, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Go ahead and grab them, and if we go to attributes here, you don't have to do this. You can just let me do it, make sure it works. But if you ever need to, you can just turn the transparency on. So go to transparency and do break, and that'll make these. Do it on both, and that'll make it so that you can see the image solid. And here we go. So what you would do is you would just line these up. So I'm going to grab the front image here, and I'm just moving this to see where everything lines up. So like the edge of the eye should match. The top of the eye should be very close. Eyebrow should be close. The hair looks like it's not too bad. The buttons look like they're in the same height. There is a little bit on the collar, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Right here, that's probably not going to be that bad. And I say that because this line looks like it's pretty close to this line. And then down here on this belly, it looks like it's not too bad there. It's a little bit squished, just a little lower. But then right here is perfect, and then right here is just about perfect. So that's probably close enough. We can work with some of those little incongruencies, but I think overall it should be fine. All right, so I'm going to hit Control-Z a couple times here, just to get back to where it was. Then I'll go ahead and put Mario back some distance, because I don't want him in the middle. And I'll go ahead and put the other Mario over some distance on the X-plane. Now, keep in mind I'm moving the arrow. I'm not moving the middle. If I move the middle, I'm going to move him somewhere, and it's not going to be nice. So make sure you're using the arrow. So arrow for this one, arrow for this one. That way he's not here and not in the way. Good and good. I'll go to my side view real quick. I do want this to be a little bit more center, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull him forward some. Imaginary center line. Good. And I'll take both. And I want to put these on a layer so I don't have to worry about moving them. Let's go back to channel box here. I'll go down to layers and then create layer from selected. And then in here, I'm going to go ahead and just set this to R. Okay. So now I can't accidentally set them. If that didn't work for you, let's say you did that and like they're not on the layer, make sure you grab them and then right click and then add, and that'll fix that. But make sure it's nice and referenced, and that should do it. And the next one, we're going to go ahead and start making the torso for Mario. So make sure you save your work, and I shall see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Misty and I both thank you. If you enjoyed that video you just watched, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, check out our online merch. You can get that on Amazon or at a Teespring store. The links for that are in the description below. And now for the new and exciting thing that I've been working on the past like month or two is our first official cryptocurrency, which is Stepdad Doge. So Stepdad Doge is a BEP20 token, totally for the memes. You know, not to the moon anytime soon is our big slogan. And of course, he's been keeping the kids in line. I wanted to do keeping the kids in line since 1949, but that's not true. So I just left it at this. But yeah, this is what I'm working on, making the little page here and being kind of cute with it. If you want to see more about the token and all that stuff, you can check out our About page. You'll see the team. Of course, I'm the token creator, and then Marcus and Becca, they were kind of like some of the spiritual advisors into this. So it's like, I want to make a token. I don't know what I want it to do or what I want it to be. And so we kicked around that idea, and this is the idea that kind of popped up. So you can kind of read about the token, what the project is. There is a 1 trillion coin cap. It's not going to, you're not going to be minting any of these, and you're not going to be burning any of these. And we'll get back to burning in just a second. There is a fee for all transactions, which is 4%. That way there's something always going back into the coin, so there's always something to be available. And then there is, of course, a staking fee or a staking reward. So as you're holding it, you gain some coins back, 3%. Now, in terms of burning the coin, I don't think it's a good idea to burn something that you want to actually have value. That's kind of like a scheme with pump and dumps. They're like, oh, this coin will burn X amount of coins, and then it'll artificially inflate the price, and then you'll get you'll be able to pull out and get some money out of it. My thoughts on that are, if you want a coin to be usable and you want to be able to make trades with it and whatever, then having the supply of that token or coin diminish with trades means at some point you're going to run out of coins to trade. So it just doesn't make economical sense to me. So I did not make a burn in this coin. I want it to be useful. One of the things we want to do is make it so that you can purchase our merch with it. There is, of course, merch, which is awesome. You can check out the merch page. This is the basic stuff we have here. And you can gain all of it, of course, on our Teespring store. That brings you here, and you can see various products and such. At the moment, you cannot purchase anything with the tokens directly because I don't know how to set that up yet. Working on it. But I do want to be able to start at this point and, of course, offer games that I'm selling using the token. I was going to have a different token in mind, but I think this is going to be a fun one. And yeah, it's just going to have something that you can exchange with, because more things that you can buy with it, the better the longevity of the project and the more value it's ultimately going to have. And then, of course, as far as like transparency and trades and stuff, you can read that here and what we've done at the present time. You can also see more about the token on Binance BNB. So if you go to BNB or Binance scan.com, you can take the token address. You go to the investment page here, and you can go down to the bottom and grab the contract address and just go ahead and paste that in, and you can get more information about it. So here is the page so far. I'm still in the works of getting the symbol approved because I have to have so many trades and whatever not to get all that stuff. But you can see it here. Current value and all that stuff. Really, there's no value in it except for what I've already put into it. I think overall I put about $1,500 into creating and setting up and doing liquidity for the token and some other stuff. You can see the current transactions and all that on the coin. You can check that out. You can check out the contract. You can check out how the contract's built. It's all here and whatever not. As far as trading, if you want to get a hold of it, it is available on PancakeSwap currently. It trades for BNB, and you can, of course, go into, once you connect your wallet, you can go down and paste the contract address and then add it. Now, if you haven't added it yet, it will say, hey, anybody can make a token. Anybody can make a token here. And it'll give you a warning. Make sure that you understand who you're getting it from and if it's approved and it's official. But yeah, the contract address should take you there. And then it'll exchange for BNB. I don't actually have any BNB in this wallet, but you can exchange for it. I want to make it so it's exchangeable across other BEP20 tokens, so like Wife Doge, Baby Doge. There's, of course, Shiba Coin, which is an ERC token. I'm going to see if I can get that working as well, but I don't have that up just yet. But the more things you can trade it with, the more options you have as far as like liquidity and trading and such. So yeah, so if you jump down and you actually go to the investment page, I do recommend not investing in this unless it's something that you really want to do, because this is a meme project. It is, of course, my first project. I don't have any intention of abandoning it because I think it's kind of neat, but you got to know your sources and be vigilant about that sort of stuff. So I can't give financial advice and say, get this, but if you want it and you really want to support the meme, then by all means, help us out. The more people who are getting involved in this, then the more likely we can get this on other exchanges and we can get sort of the ball rolling. I might do a crowdfunding page to kind of help build that up. I haven't given out any coins or anything like that. I think for the upcoming future, I might do some giveaways, but we'll get to that a little bit later down the line. But anyway, yeah, so that's just us in a nutshell, what we've been doing. If you want to, of course, contact us on this page, you're more than welcome to. And there's some merch. And yeah. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you on the next round next time.